Hey everyone, this is the dialogue. So today we're going to look at Dr. Conrad Murray, who was Michael Jackson's doctor, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter over the killing of Michael Jackson. So yes, he had something to do with it. But I'm here to look at his facial expressions, his micro expressions, and my interpretation is going to be starting now.
I am so sad that he's not here.
That is slightly truthful. So we had a little bit of contempt and a little bit of sadness there. But my overall impression of this man...
At UCLA, I can tell you, I tried the best I can. I was one man doing CPR, ventilating him with an ambu bag, but I wanted to help Michael.
Let's have a look closer.
But I wanted to help Michael wholeheartedly.
Let's look at that. Wholeheartedly with massive, and I don't even mean micro expressions here. There is a huge head shaking. So he wanted to help Michael wholeheartedly. Let's have a look at it again.
Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. But I wanted to help Michael wholeheartedly.
So there's contempt right there. There's also duping delight slightly, and the fact that he is shaking his head. This man is showing deceptive mannerisms.
I love Michael.
I love Michael, slight head shaking.
Were you seduced by fame?
Not at all. I've been Michael Jackson's doctor for 3 years before that time. I was not starstruck by Michael. If there's anything, I was so sympathetic to Michael because of the things I've learned about him.
So he's giving her the side eye. So that's not straight on. So he's not being straight up with her. He's suspicious himself that she is suspicious of him.
With Michael and using such a powerful sedative for sleep. So what I told Michael...
So far congruent.
...is that we have to get you off of the substance. However...
There's duping delight going on.
I mean, call it ideal or non-ideal. Michael Jackson is not a guy you can just say, stop it.
But it's not.
And that seems to be congruent.
Said to you, no matter how he begged, no matter...
Right there, he's hiding information. So information is not being released from this man.
How hard it is that he is Michael Jackson asking you.
Michael Jackson had a lot of doctors who treated him with propofol. Conrad Murray was a doctor who treated Michael with propofol, but with the...
Okay, so Conrad Murray, he's treating himself as in the third person, and that is problematic, which means he's not taking full ownership of the fact that he gave him the drugs that actually killed him. There is a slight sneer right there.
The intention of getting Michael to understand, I do not want you using this substance again.
Okay, so again, we've got a slight sneer coming through.
You recorded a conversation you had with Michael Jackson. Why did you do that?
Interestingly, I wasn't even aware.
Okay, well, so he is moving big time in his seat because he's very uncomfortable with that question. There's a sneer right there at her. So there's a lot of anger that he's got hidden, or not hidden, sorry. It's fully aware, penetrating this woman. So
But I had the recording. Did I record it? Absolutely. It was on my phone. It wasn't done with any intention.
okay, so the fake hands out and the fake shoulder shrugs.
That I was going to use this to blackmail Michael one day. It could be my paycheck. Listen to me. If I want to blackmail Michael Jackson, he wouldn't take that phone call. It would be far worse than that. It would shatter the world. Okay?
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's what I said.
Just what I said, had a slight head shake. So he's giving out mixed messages of congruency and incongruency. It is confusing.
If I don't go to rehearsal, I'm going to lose everything. I was already informed that Michael Jackson was over $40 million in the hole and climbing. When I saw how desperate he was, and I knew how...
Desperate, one eye up, sneer. And that could be true, that Michael Jackson was desperate because he was having financial problems at that stage, and that is why he wanted to do the show This Is It.
much of a destitute he was and what he was facing.
So there really is disgust with how he was thinking of Michael Jackson just there with the side sneer.
It all, again, fell in my heart.
But you're not his accountant. You're his doctor.
I am not his accountant, but I'm just trying to tell you, when I put the whole situation together, I was very concerned for Michael.
Okay, so there is a mixture of concern and non-concern for him.
Blow me down, he's died.
I am saying that Michael Jackson died, unfortunately, from an accident based upon his action.
Do you see the head go this way? So that isn't congruent with what he's saying. And look at that snarl on that face. So he's blaming Michael Jackson on the last dose of propofol, which he is saying Michael Jackson gave himself, which would have been probably impossible to do. But that's what he's doing, is blaming him. But it's not congruent with what he's saying.
An accident based upon his actions. It was
Hand on heart, you don't believe that, do
that
you?
what?
Okay, right there, people. If someone does that to you, they are extremely angry and you better run. Because if you're not in front of a camera or a reporter, they're likely to hit you or hurt you, or wanting to anyway.
Michael Jackson died because you killed him.
I did not kill Michael Jackson.
Even though he is shaking his head, which is congruent with what he's saying, he's moving his head downwards. Downwards, looking up. He's still in a subconscious way, keeping himself safe from the truth.
I met Michael Jackson in his state,
Again, he's moving his head to the side eye.
lifeless or not. I met him in a state that all I did my best to.
Okay, so that looks like he did see him in the state. Maybe he left the room, came back, and Michael Jackson was basically dying or dead. And lastly,
What responsibility do you take?
For his death?
Yes.
None.
None.
disgust and a sneer.
Absolutely nothing.
And he doesn't take any responsibility.
Nothing that I gave Michael Jackson. You should have killed him.
Okay, let's have a look at that one more time.
You should have killed him.
Nothing I gave him should have killed him, but he nodded his head, which can suggest subconsciously that what he gave him could have killed him. So all in all, my overall opinion of Dr. Conrad Murray is there's so many deceptive mannerisms that are coming through. Some congruent, but so many that are incongruent that I can understand how the jury found him guilty of involuntary manslaughter. So he's not taking full responsibility for his actions in regard to Michael Jackson's death. I hope you enjoyed this. This is The Dialogue. Please like, subscribe, and ding my bell.